Welcome to this week's episode of the In the Bank podcast. To start off the monologue, here's a quick little riddle. Which group in America has taken the most amount of money but provided the least amount of change? If your answer was politician, you are very close. But the correct answer is the white woman. In the 1900s, white women fought very hard for things such as equality and the right to vote. White women are still fighting very hard today, but instead, it's on social media. And I totally get it. The lines to vote can be up to 3 hours long. Have you ever seen a white woman at Walmart in a line for 30 minutes not complain? Let me give you guys a more concrete example. Who remembers when white women were posting pictures of black squares on Instagram? No, not Will Smith, but like actual black squares. White woman, here's my question to you. Did you actually believe you were solving racism by posting these pictures? Or was this your guy's bat signal to say that as a white woman, you want a black guy? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to that little monologue. Make sure you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode. Welcome to our very special Memorial Day weekend in the Bank podcast. Obviously featuring your two hosts, myself, Rohan and Jackson Finger. He's in the kitchen showing his support for woman equality. Jackson, how are you doing today, boss?
Love the women in the kitchen, and I am doing great today. How are you doing, man?
Phenomenal, dude. Slept so much. Needed it.
Yeah.
I
did not.
Didn't. What did you do last night?
So they're actually right next to me. I got a couple buddies in town, but we went to a baseball game and then went out to Valley Bar, which you know.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, so I'm feeling it right now. But I wanted to tell you, I've had some great Uber rides in my life.
Mm-hmm.
This guy yesterday might have taken the cake, okay? He drives a Mercedes C-Class, like nice car.
Nice,
it's really clean, right? And he wasn't even like an Uber X or whatever the nice one is. And so that was kind of fishy. We get in the car and we're like, hey, like, how's it going, man? You know? And so we sort of get to talking, and I don't know how it came up. But we started talking about like sexual encounters that we've all had, right? And this guy lost his virginity in a devil's three-way with his friend when they were like 17 years old.
Well, so what's a devil's three-way?
He lost his virginity. He was two guys, one girl.
Oh, ew, yuck.
Yeah.
Dude, yuck, bro,
That's
gross.
why it's called the devil's three-way, dude. That's fucking the dark arts. That's Satan coming at you, dude. You can't do that.
Bro, you can't be a guy.
That's how he lost his virginity. He was telling us, he's like, dude, he's like, man, I wasn't having any sex in high school. And he's like, but once I had that first time, like that's when it all started happening for me. It was like, it was hilarious. So he was doing that. He was talking about cheating on his girlfriend like it was nothing. He's like, yeah, I got a girl back home, and we were talking about Valley Bar. He's like, God, I might come out with you guys tonight. Like, he was cool as shit. Also, he's had sex in his parents' bed, which I've done too. So like, he and I kind of bonded over that. And then I was like, did you tell them? And he was like, no. And I was like, I did. He goes, that's some white people shit. And I thought that was funny. He's like, my parents would beat the shit out of me. He was a fun guy. I'm trying to think. What else did he say?
That's an interesting.
Oh yeah,
That's an interesting
he was also
conversation.
in the army, and he said the army is like, yeah, he said everyone in the army, it's like a brothel. Like everyone's just banging left and right, apparently. Like you're banging, like lieutenants are banging privates, and it's a whole thing. So the armed forces.
Do you think that's why Trump ban transgender people from joining the military.
Right. You don't want any of that. I think it's because they're weak mentally, honestly, and I think that's probably why. But it could be an added benefit.
I don't know. It's like that's what I think the main reason has to be now, right? If they're just gonna be having sex with everyone, like the last person you want to accidentally get a dick up their ass is an American soldier. You know what I mean?
Right. He's got his 9mm right next to the bed.
Yeah. I've always wondered how, because isn't it mostly men who are in the military? Like, do the women and men sleep together, like in the same bunkers or where the fuck they sleep?
Like I think it's separated. At least like when you go to boot camp or whatever, or basic or whatever, depending on what branch you're in, what they call it. But I think it's separated there. I don't know what it's like when you're actually like on a base or whatever, if it's separated.
Gotcha. Weren't you trying to go into like the military or something like that?
I was thinking about it, not super seriously or anything, but I was definitely considering it.
Did you do bad in high
It just
school?
didn't work out. Wasn't. Did I do? No, I did great in high school.
Okay, yeah, you weren't cut for the military then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen? I saw a meme. It was like, it said it was Marine office next to an autism center, and it said like the Marines are like spawn camping or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, here, whenever you see a Marine, they're like showing up to shit like PE, right? Like you're not gonna have a bunch of retards fucking arming our forces, right? Like they're getting the stupidest of the stupid. Like these are the kids. I think their prime, what's the word? Their prime candidate is like the kids who who were really good at football but didn't have the grades to make the football team. Like that's
Right.
that's
think,
an elite military guy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Someone who's like too dumb a dipshit to even go to college for football. Did you have anyone in your high school like that? Because I'm thinking of a guy right now. I can see his face. He was like, he could have gone to USC, but he was too dumb to like cash in on a USC football scholarship. He had to like, I think he had to get a certain SAT score, and what he had to do was write his name and just answer C for every answer, and like that would have gotten him the thing, and he couldn't figure it out.
But could he not figure out how to fucking fill in a bubble? Like, what was the what was the issue? How stupid do you have to be?
I think he was literally like, man, like I can do this. Like I can do this by not answering C on all of them. And everyone's like, no, dude, just write C. Like this is a huge opportunity for you. He's like, no, I can do it. He took it like 3 times, never figured it out. Had to go to like JUCO.
Yeah, I think the funniest thing though is like seeing a stupid kid trying to read, and like the SAT has some pretty dense novels on it. You know what I mean? Like I loved seeing the stupid kid trying to read, like when you're like popcorn reading in high school, and they like you like. It's like, who do you want to nominate next? It's like I want to nominate
Popcorn Rohan.
So let me read. I ate barbecue, and then they get like all sweaty. They start like rubbing their head really hard.
Dude.
God, popcorn reading was fun. And it's like the white kids like were in the back when you were reading like To Kill a Mockingbird. They're like, I really hope I get the N-word. Like they really hope they're just fucking praying. I really want this one, right?
Yeah, page 63. Put me in, coach.
You got no, and like you get one of there's like 2 like weird white kids, right, who are like obsessed with guns and like just don't talk to anyone, like drink a Monster Energy in the back, and they're just popcorning between each other. The only time you ever hear them talk through the whole entire year is like the most dense and racist part of To Kill a Mockingbird. They're just going back and forth between each other like they're playing fucking catch.
Yeah. Dude, we read in high school, it's not To Kill a Mockingbird, what's the other one?
Mice and Men, Animal Farm, Julio
No,
Romeo. Romeo.
the N word in it. Fucking Mark Twain, Huck
Was it
Finn, Huckleberry Finn.
okay? That might have been the one with a lot of. I don't know if To Kill a Mockingbird
I think
had a
they
bunch
both
of
do.
it. They did, okay, but we read that one as well.
I think they both do.
Yeah.
So, but I remember had to read Huck Finn out loud, and so we got to the part, and it's like, everyone's like, they kind of like just skipped over, you know what I mean? Because like we didn't want to say it. Our teacher was like say it,
Yeah.
say it, and we're like, well, no, I'm not gonna do that. And he tried to get us. I don't know what he was trying to do because no one did it. But he was like, he's like, say it. He was like old fat white guy. Like he was like, say it. But like super liberal. So I don't know what his angle was.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, so we after we read this is ninth grade, so it's obviously this story's a little bit out of memory. We used to do these roundtables, and we would like discuss different topics in the book. And I remember we were not even reading the book at this point. We were just talking about it, like summarizing it. And this one Asian girl, she like drops the word like 6 times in the span of 3 minutes. And everybody's like looking at each other. Like, dude, like is someone gonna tell her? You know what I mean? She just kept saying it. She was like she was just like, yeah, so when he called them a beep, and then like that word beep in this sense means beep, and she was like trying to like overanalyze the word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we were supposed, I don't know, maybe we were supposed to like find like words and like see if they have like what's it, like a double meaning, or like what's it?
Yeah.
I don't know. And she just kept using that word as the example, and like everyone was looking at her. And I remember like everyone was like I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it in a classroom setting. I couldn't say it because I really like
Right.
every race except like white women who are like, that's the only race of people I don't like, is like super socially active white people, like social SJW whites and SJW Indians. Like those are the two races I really hate. And I'm proud to say that as well. Like I like every other race.
And that's more. It's not even based on it's more just how they are as people. It's not.
Yeah, but like if we had a pick, right? If we had a pick, like one,
Favorite.
yeah, like this is like if we had to make like a pyramid of ethnicities, right? Like who's my favorite to least favorite? Like I like
Who's at the top of the pyramid?
honestly everybody. I like Asian people.
So it's like an upside down pyramid.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody's at the top. I would say the bottom. Yeah, it goes like this. It's everyone's at the top. Well, we'll add some gender in there too. So
Yeah.
I like every race aside from SJW whites. I don't like Indians very much. I'm Indian, so I can say that. Not Native American Indians. I think they're fine. And then I'm kind of getting a little bit annoyed with just middle class Indians, because they like to play victim on a lot of stuff. Like I was talking to a girl one time, and this is the first time in my life we were at a bar, and like I could have taken her home, and I wanted to because it was the only time I've seen a bad Indian. And this bitch just wouldn't shut up about like how hard it is to be an Indian woman. And it's like you have a Dior t-shirt. You're wearing Dior, you know? Like you're wearing Dior.
Well, I think I saw the stat. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think Indians make more money like per capita than any other group in America.
And it's not even that, dude. It's like you can't like Indians like bringing themselves into other people's problems. You know, like
how do you mean?
Like when there was like issue like all right, Indian parents are pretty fucking racist. All right? Like
Yeah.
and they all right, I had a really good friend from California. He's African American, and my parents never treated him any different from any of my other friends, right? And at the same time, my parents were also, like my dad specifically, he was also kind of right leaning. So at this time in like 2016, 2015, there was obviously a narrative that went around like, oh, if you supported Trump, then you're racist, right? But I never saw my parents like, they treated him how they treated all my other friends. But I would see like other Indian parents like look at him like when we would go to like somebody else's house like that, like he's gonna like steal shit, right?
Okay.
And when it came time for when like things like Black Lives Matter happened, like in 2020, and when like issues of racism really happened, I would feel these like parents like they would be like, yeah, well, what's not acceptable, what's happening here, mostly women. But at the same time, this also applies to me. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like we live in a city that's like 60% Indian. We are the ethno state. You know what I mean? This is this is an Indian ethno state. So that's why I've gotten kind of sick of Indian people and why I'll never marry an Indian person, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just what I feel about our ethnicity as a whole.
Well, that's I feel the same way about like there's a lot of white chicks who do the same thing. It's like I mean
It's so bad with white women, dude.
it's gnarly. It's a gnarly group. Like the one who fucking painted her face and did that TikTok where she like dances, you know, and she's got like fucking like that dumb broad. Whoever she is, whoever you are, you're fucking stupid as shit. But like the thing is she's not the only one. There's so many like that. All these dumb broads who post the black square and thought they like made it their like you're not.
Yeah, the black square had to be this.
It's not your.
Yeah, the black square was the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen, and it's what social justice is. It's just social media. It's like how socially accepted can I be? Like there is one article I remember, like girls wanted, or not an article, but there was like some leaked DMs of girls being like, "All right, let's go get drunk, white woman, let's go get drunk, and then let's go to the protest. It's gonna be so much fun." It's like, you fucking morons. That's not that's not what this shit's about, you know? And that's how like white women treat politics. It's just like a fucking steak. It's a fucking
it's like
steak.
An event. Yeah.
It's like they treat it like a fucking steak. Like how much do you want? It's like how well done do you want a steak? It's like how much do you want to care about it? Like it become like when there's like Ukraine. Like if it was Ukraine, like I don't think these white women know where Ukraine is. I don't think they know that. I don't think they know.
No.
And it sucks what was happening, but I don't think they know. They can't name a single city in Ukraine. They can't explain what's happening. You feel me? It's just politics has become a big sham.
It's well, there's I think he did this on SNL, but there's a Bill Burr joke, and it's like white women have found a way to like take their Ugg booted feet and step over the line of oppression to like the front of the line. And then there's another one of his jokes. He's like, "You're sitting in the jacuzzi with me." You know what I mean?
I think white women
right here, fucking. So I don't know.
White women,
they can be extremely annoying as a group. I agree with you.
I mean, I think white women might have the easiest time in the fucking country. Like more than white men.
Right. Well, because so as a white guy, right, we get a lot of cool shit, and there's a lot of cool things that come with being white. I'm not afraid to admit that. There's a lot of cool shit, right? But
I don't notice.
Yeah.
Like what? Like what? Like
it's just
it's only white guy stuff.
A lot of it's like
I'll never get invited to the rally. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I won't ever get invited.
Just like it's like you connections. You're sort of the majority, right? In a lot of places, it's just there are slight advantages. I think some people overblow it, but some people also underblow it. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to admit there's some advantages, right?
Okay, that's fair.
as a white dude, you also get a lot of shit, right? Like as for being one, for having all the stuff. White chicks have it sick because they get all the shit, but then they don't get any of it as well. Like there's no come see, come saw. You know what I mean?
Give an example. Explain.
So
Because
here's
I had
an
an
example, right? I could go, say there's like a whites only brunch, right? This isn't a real thing, but say there's some whites only brunch, right?
Yeah.
And across the street, there's a bunch of not white people protesting the brunch because they want to be in there, right? In their protest. So as a white dude, you would take a white girl to the brunch, buy her the brunch, and then once she's done, she's going to go across the street, start picketing against you, and bang one of the black guys.
So what you're describing to me is what fraternities at ASU look like.
Right.
That's the perfect example. Okay, so that's what a frat party.
Right.
That's what a frat is at ASU.
They'll come over to drink, right, and then once they've had enough drinks, they'll go and like, you know what I mean? They have it both ways. It's pretty. I mean, honestly, credit to them because if I could swing that for myself, I would. But they've sort of socially maneuvered very well, I think.
So I was viewing it from the angle more so like how do I explain this? And I literally just lost my train of thought. Hold up. Okay. I literally lost my train of thought. Holy shit. I literally forgot what I was going to think.
Okay.
I'm bombing. All right. Jackson, take your shirt off. Help me. Yeah. Help me take your shirt off. Let me see your nipples. White woman. What was I saying? It was a white woman. Okay, here's the angle I was coming at. So, like, white woman.
Okay.
All right. Let's excuse race out of the picture, right? Just take race out of the picture. Obviously, white women in America, they've been in terms of marketing for a lot until very recently. Like if you go in the early 2000s, that I'm not a big fan of I right, not personally, but white women have kind of been the face of beauty standards or whatever, right?
Yeah, for sure.
In this country, right? Until very recently, which I think is good, right? If you want to appease to more cultures, if you do it correctly, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, I think a beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. But anyway, back to my topic. I think in terms of corporate America, I think a white woman would have it easier. How do I explain this? Because she's a woman, right? She gets to fall under an umbrella of getting promoted quicker, of being more viewed as a leader in her space quicker, right? When in reality, I think most women work, right? I think most people work. So I think it's utterly nonsense when we still have to make these pushes for we need more women leaders and stuff like that. There should be more women CEO for sure, right? In-N-Out, I think their CEO is a woman and their company's doing well. But I kind of find it utter nonsense when it's we have to kind of hype women up in the workspace as doing something different when it's not that 60s anymore, you know? Most women are working now.
Well, what's it fucking called? It's like Title IX. There was a problem, women weren't going to school and shit, but then they did Title IX and it worked too well. And so now in colleges there's way more chicks than dudes apparently. I don't know that for sure, but I saw it.
I mean, it's fine. It's a great thing. I think people should do something with their life.
Yeah, but it's like you said, it's not the 60s. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think the biggest thing that's taking women out of proper work nowadays is women themselves. By women being fuck this. Go make an OnlyFans. Don't let anybody judge you. Right? It's like, that's a problem, in my opinion. The problem isn't.
Here's yeah. So I met someone last night, right? So I mentioned I was out drinking last night, and I met a grade A biznatch. Okay, so we get there, and I sort of, and you're trying to get to the front of the bar so you can order drinks, right? There's a lot of people, and I sort of elbow my way in, and I get to the front of the line, right? And this lady next to me, who I guess cut in front of, you know, even though there was space to my right for her to sit in, she just decides to be a bitch and is like, that was fucking rude. And no. The first thing she says is, "Are you from here?" And I go, "Yeah, I grew up here like almost my entire life. Like, I've lived here." And she goes, "No, you aren't." And I go, "Yes, I am. I'm from here." And then I turn away, and then my buddies were behind me, and they said she looked at me like I was Satan, right? And then I turn back, and she gets her drinks before I do, right? And she goes, "So I guess being like rude doesn't get you anywhere." And I said, "Is it just because I have a cock that I didn't get my drinks before you, or is it because I was rude?" And she goes, I think she said, she called me overweight, which didn't feel good. I didn't like it. And then, and so she had, you know how
You should have told her. Yeah, I'm sure she's trying to get a snack.
Yeah. Listen to what I said though. This is even worse. So you know how chicks have like a necklace,
Yeah.
that with their and it has like the first initial of their name. So she had one that said K, and I said, "What does that K stand for?" And she goes, "It stands for my name." And I go, "I think I know what it stands for." And she goes, "What do you think it stands for?" And I go, "I know." I go, "You know what I think it stands for?" And she goes, "Tell me." It's like, say it. And I said, "It stands for cunt." And then she was like, "It's spelled with a C." And I was like, "Fucking great, you can read." And then she walked away. So I got mad at, but that's an example, right? Gets to the front of the line, but like we both got to the front of the line, right? But for some reason, I'm the asshole.
Yeah, I mean,
That's exactly what we're talking about.
yeah, like, so I mean, I partially agree with her on the overweight thing, but everything else, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I need it. Fat shaming.
I'm playing, but
I need it.
but it's like a bar, you know what I mean? It's like, that's like, if you want to go to a bar where you got to wait in a line, like go to like some fancy whiskey bar, you know? Like it's Valley Bar.
Like,
If you've not been a
Right.
Valley Bar, that's what you do. You just shove people around. You're in a pit of.
Right.
You're underground. There's no windows. You're in a pit of sweat.
do you want to wait 45 minutes to get your drink? Like, sure, but you know, I'll
No,
wait patiently in line. It's ridiculous.
No,
She
it's
got,
fucking
she
Valley
was
Bar.
not happy with me, and so I called her a fucking yeah. I think that's the first stranger I've ever used that word on. Actually,
Was she bad?
no, she was fucking.
I was gonna say if she was. I was gonna say if she was bad, you should have been like, "Well, I cut up to buy you a drink." You know what I mean?
No, yeah. See, like I could have not.
Nah, yeah, but she was.
Didn't even cross my mind. Like,
You could have. You said what was
she
her?
might, who knows?
Was she a
Like,
heavy
even
set
if she was-
person?
even if she was a 10,
Uh huh.
no, she was just kind of.
Just
She
ugly.
looked like she. Yeah, just not. You know,
Just a tough scene.
just not attractive.
Just a tough scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like she could go work out for the rest of her life and achieve like this fantastic physique and still just look like a 3.
That's.
So that's kind of sad. for her.
That's-
That's probably why she's
yeah.
angry.
Yeah. Maybe you should have consoled with her, but like.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I
I should have been more understanding.
Yeah, it's like.
But like I said,
No one's
she
buying
said-
her a
she
drink,
said,
right?
How does it feel to be? Yeah, she said, "How does it feel to be overweight?" And I didn't like that, so I
Yeah.
said, "How does it feel to be a cunt?" And she didn't like that either, so we started fighting. It was pretty gnarly.
If she threw a first
I usually
swing,
am I mean, you see me when we go out. Like I'm usually in a great mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm a fun guy. Like I like to do it. Like I'm fun. Like I've never fought anyone like out like that. So she sucks is the moral of the story. If she's watching this, I hate you.
She's not watching this. She's not watching
Yeah,
this.
she's not cool enough to watch this.
Yeah.
If you're one of our 55 subscribers,
54 now.
Get out of here.
54.
54. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here. We don't need you. Okay.
I'll make another account. We'll bring that to 55. Yeah, hey, go ask your friends next to you if they're fucking subscribed to us.
Are you guys subscribed? Fucking subscribe. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Do it right now. Fucking pieces of shit. YouTube? Yeah, YouTube. And Instagram. Do it on all of them. Fuck. These guys are on TikTok too. Not subscribed on any of them. Fucking Judas. Benedict Arnold. When we log off of this, I better see, it better be 56. Or you guys are dead to me.
That's crazy. Our fucking boy in India subscribed to us, bro.
He did. I saw he liked something too.
He liked the story.
He's trying he's trying to be a salesman.
Dude, India, yeah, I respect it, bro. I respect. Indians
He's doing
are
those soft touches.
Yeah. Hey, personalized deal. Anyway, fuck worry. Anyway, Indian people are really cute, bro. Like people from India, there's some cute people,
Like, how
man.
do you mean?
They're just like so like
they're
just
their
adorable, just adorable.
Yeah.
So, for context, hopefully he doesn't see this. Actually, fine. I'll talk about something else. Like an Indian person, they'll apologize when it's like your fault. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like,
Well, it's like Matt, our friend Matt. So
Yeah.
people don't need this context, but essentially he made a living for a few months off of just Indian politeness and how like you're saying how cute they were. Like,
yeah.
he made like a substantial amount of money just by exploiting that.
When you talk to an Indian, bro, and like they don't want to do something at first, you just have to keep kind of asking them, right? And then you have to like kind of guilt them. It's like, sir, I really can't. It's no, I really can't, sir. Right? Like when I lived in India for a year, bro, like if we call like a taxi driver and like I was like running 10 minutes late, like I used to make it like their fault. I was like, dude, it's hot outside. Like you should have known, right? You should have known. Like I was gonna be late.
Sorry.
Oh no, sir, I'm very sorry. No, sir, I'm very sorry. I'll give you, right? Like when I used to, like living in India for a year was a big culture shock to me.
Yeah.
I should have a really good story to tell. When I lived in India, context, I lived there for a year. Me and my mom, we went out, and we lived in a good apartment complex. It wasn't, it wasn't like bummy. It was gated. There was a police officer outside. But the surrounding area outside, there's still a lot of construction. A monkey once climbed through our window, opened up the fridge, and started eating food.
Nice.
And I'm not talking about like some small like little Indian guy. I mean like an actual fucking orangutan monkey came through our fridge and started eating shit.
Yeah.
It was, and the
That's
thing is,
pretty cool.
it was scary because our kitchen used to have a door, right? Just the way it worked, there was a door leading into the kitchen. It wasn't like a open in like America. It's open, right? But it was like a
Right.
chef's kitchen almost. It was kind of closed off, and it was next to our maid's room. Our maid had her own room connected to the kitchen.
You had a maid?
Yeah, dude, in India, you have a maid, a driver. Dude, it's fucking India.
Holy shit.
Dude, it's India. It's like, bro.
Well, that's true. Like you and I could go there and be like high rollers, right?
Dude, you got to understand, a driver in
Like
India.
convert our currency.
Yeah, a driver in India is less than an Uber here. Like, if you take
Really?
10 Ubers here, in India, that's like a month of a driver, probably even less.
Okay.
like we had security. We had we didn't have like real security, but like you know we would tell the Indian guys like, hey, watch our back. You know what I mean? Like we had like you live in luxury there. It's not
Yeah.
it's nothing special, but yeah, it was really cheap there. But where was I?
You had a maid.
Uh, yeah, and then our maid didn't see it, and she. I mean, we got mad at her. We're like, yo, how the fuck did the monkey come into the kitchen, kitchen, right, and like eat all of our
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
food?
yeah, yeah.
Like it ate a lot of food. Like don't get a twist. It ate. Like that thing ate.
How big was the monkey?
It was a big fucking monkey. It was not a small. It was not like a little chimp. Like, dude, it was
Oh,
maybe
it
like
wasn't like a little. Dude, chimp will kill you.
it was okay. Well, it was not like a. It was maybe like 3 feet. It was a big fucking. It was like
Yeah, that thing will kill you.
that's well. That's why we were like, and we had a Saint Bernard, right? A
Yeah.
really sweet dog, big, and we had to actually
Yeah.
lock her in a room, right? Because the night before she chewed on the couch when we left,
Yeah.
right? So we had to lock her in a room and make sure not to, for
Oh.
like as like a discipline thing, right? Thank
Yeah.
goodness we that happened the day before.
Yeah, no
Because
shit.
that she couldn't fight.
shit.
She did that dog. Our dog. She couldn't fight. She
Yeah.
couldn't even run. She was too fat. Like that dog. That monkey would have killed her. You know, it was that was
Dude, so there's a story. Go ahead.
no. I'm done.
Okay. There's a story. If I don't know if you've heard this, it's from I heard it on Rogan, but have you heard about the chimpanzee who like rips the guy's dick off?
No, I haven't
Okay.
said it.
So I just kind of gave away the punchline, but so this guy was a monkey guy, right? And he owned a chimp, and he like bought a chimp when it was a baby, and owned it, had it in his house like as a pet, and then it got too big and like too old, and so he had to bring it to the zoo. And so he brought it to the zoo, but he loved the chimp, right? So he would come visit it all the time. And on the chimp's birthday, he brought it a birthday cake. And all the other chimps at the zoo saw the cake and like got jealous and angry. And so they like escaped from the cage, beat the shit out of this guy, like bit his fingers off, ripped his dick off, and like it was gnarly. So chimps are
Yeah.
violent.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much pent up like aggression they have living in a fucking cage. You know, like in a zoo.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you went to a zoo?
Years, like I was young, like young.
Yeah,
I haven't been in a while.
I haven't been to a zoo in a minute. I mean, I look back at it now,
Actually,
and
that's not, I went to the zoo in Australia, so that was like 4 years ago. That's the most recent.
how do you feel when you like see all those animals like locked up in a cage as an adult versus as a kid?
Yeah, so it's not as fun when you're older because you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, this guy's not having fun. Like I was just in New Orleans and we did like this swamp thing. We went on like one of those airboats with some hick who was fucking awesome. But
Yeah, makes
they
great
have
seafood boil.
at their yeah, it was fucking sick. But they had this gator, this like baby gator in a tank at their office or whatever. And he was like, oh, come in, like you can hold the gator. And so you're holding the gator, but you're just like, this is this thing's life. It just like lives in this baby little tank and just has people come up and take photos of it. Like I would, if I was a gator doing that every day, I'd fucking kill myself.
How do you do it if you're a gator? How do you end it?
That's a great question because
You have like little stubby hands. You can't grab the Glock.
yeah, you can't grab. Yeah, and there's not a lot of room. I think if I was in his position, you'd either have to like starve yourself, or or try drowning yourself. There was some water. Maybe you could do that. That's how.
Don't they like breathe underwater?
It would not be pleasant.
Can't an alligator breathe underwater?
I think they breathe. I don't think they have gills. No, I think they have to surface, and then I think they can stay under for a longer time than like we can. But I think it's like a whale. Like they have to come up and breathe air and then go back down.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So whales need fucking. I thought whales can breathe underwater too.
I don't think so. I think that's why they have that big ass blowhole. Like when whales come up, you see them like it's like they come, but it's water and it shoots out.
Is that the same thing with dolphins?
And I think that's them breathing. Because I don't know. I know whales are mammals. And that's why they do that, but I don't know about dolphins.
That's interesting.
Dolphins are apparently smart as shit, though.
Yeah. Apparently, someone, I don't know, this is just a random fact, and before we get into our next point, it has nothing related to anything we just said. Apparently, the closest animal to a woman's vagina is a dolphin. Like, dolphin pussy is apparently very close to human pussy.
So
I don't know.
Blindfold taste test, would you be able to tell a difference?
Well, I don't know because I'm never going to indulge in that. But apparently it's
science.
How much are we talking? Like, if we're running a clinical study.
How much would I have to pay you to eat out a dolphin?
Well, we're not. Well, I mean, eating out a dolphin is just sushi. So, like, it's a fuck a dolphin. Like, how much? Like, if someone came up to you and said, "We're doing a clinical study to see if humans can detect whether it's dolphin pussy or woman pussy," how much you need to be offered? And there's a 50-50 shot that you get the woman, but we're, you're blindfolded.
Blindfolded. I don't know. I think I'd get stage fright.
You wouldn't be able to get hard?
I think, like, blindfolded, it'd be like a thing. Like, they'd have to, like, pour, like, hot candle wax on me or something.
Bro, what? Is that... Hold up. You can't, like, I was just going to say that you just take a...
What?
No, hold up. Backpack. Let's backpedal there. It's like...
Yeah, what?
So, you don't... Do you know, like, Viagra is? Is that your Viagra? Just hot candle wax?
No, I was just being, like, super hypothetical. It's not like,
No, but has like sometimes these. But that's a very specific hypothetical.
Right.
Like that it came out of like nowhere. Like there was no relevance to.
Well, I think that's a thing that people do.
Okay, but you said it poured on me.
Right.
So that's my question. It's like, why did you put emphasis on the word "me" in that situation, or in your case, you in that situation?
Well, just being like, hypothetical and just saying like, oh,
right. But we got past we got past the hypotheticals part, right? We're past that.
Yeah.
So why, you could have been like, hey, just a Viagra, a blue pill.
I could have, yeah, but I like it.
But you chose. But yeah, I know, but it's such a curveball,
Right.
So you didn't answer my question yet. Why was that the first thing to come up into your mind? It's like, fuck, I need a hot candle. Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just go back to that question.
Like down your back?
Yeah, let's ignore it happened again. Let's assume you can get a hard one. We're gonna pretend you didn't say that. We're not gonna cut it out, but we'll mentally.
Yeah, leave it in.
No, yeah, we won't cut it out, but like mentally, we'll. You feel me? I'm just gonna. Right, because I can't.
No, I think, yeah. I'm
I can't.
proud.
like when you're at a dinner with
I know
like a
what I said.
girl, like yeah, I know. Well, like
Right.
I know when you're at a dinner with a girl and you like she like lights a candle, right? Is it like you want her to
Hard.
pour? Yeah, so you want her to pour it on you.
That's all I can think about.
You're not like a steak could come out, like a nice steak, and like
Not even, can't
not
even
even
taste it.
can't even taste it. You just taste the $3 Walmart candle.
I mean, I'll put
Just-
it down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll put it down because
Of
I don't want
course.
to waste food. But
That's yeah.
I'm thinking about that. Yeah.
Uh huh. Okay.
Like a diamond in
Yeah.
a sandstorm.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hard as shit. Yeah.
I wish we could have done like. I wish we had a sponsor. We could just do like an ad break right now. Just.
Yeah.
Just. Have you guys heard of this awesome new game, Raid Shadow Legends?
You can get the new champion. Dude, I can't wait. I got dibs on the Raid Shadow Legends
Yeah.
ad read. I'm gonna go so hard on that. Like I'm
Yeah.
going to commit.
Okay. Have you heard of this? Like, no, at this point, they should know nobody plays that. None of the people they actually pay to play the game actually plays that shit. But
One of the funniest things, you know Chael, right? Chael Sonnen.
yeah.
So he is one of like the inside jokes. I'm like a huge Chael. Like I watch almost all his videos, and like there's like in his comments, like when he reads ads, it's like Chael said to buy. Chael's the reason I have a Ridge wallet. Like I went and bought a Ridge wallet because Chael told me to, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and that's like it's like a joke in the comments, like, oh, Chael wants me to buy Magic Spoon cereal. Like I'll buy 12 boxes right now, right? and he goes super hard on the ads, like really like commits to it.
Uh-huh.
And he did a Raid Shadow Legends one, and it's just listening to him talk about like the specific champion you'll get if you use his code is so funny. Like it's one of the funniest things on the internet to me. It's so goddamn funny.
I'm gonna go through Raid Shadow Legends on the App Store right now. I want to see how many reviews it has, because like this game has been existent for 20 years. All right, over under 200,000. How many are you thinking?
Reviews?
Yeah.
Just total reviews. I'd say it's over. I bet you they like pump in a bunch on their own.
All right, how many do you think? Let's take a guess. And loser has to take their shirt off.
300.
Yeah, 300,000. I'm gonna go 480. Okay, hold on. Clicking search right now. Let's see. Take your shirt off. 435.
No, you cheated.
I didn't fucking cheat. 435, baby.
That's a lot of reviews. So they make money from like kids like buying like coins and shit, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Mr. Beast probably is. I don't fucking. I've never downloaded the game. Maybe I'll actually download it to just play it. Just
Like Clash. Like
I don't know what it is.
diamonds. I don't know either.
They have an iPad version. Nice.
I was, dude. So when I forget what game it was, it might have been Clash of Clans. But my brother one time, he had his friend over, or he was at his friend's house, and they were playing Clash of Clans on his friend's iPad. And the kid's mom wakes up the next day to like a $12,000 credit card charge on her thing, and they were just lighting up, like getting gems or whatever they are.
Yeah.
I never got into Clash, but they spent like so much, and so she had my mom over, and they were on the phone with Apple for like a day trying to get that money back.
Did they get it back?
They did, yeah, they did.
Okay. Did they keep all the gems?
They didn't keep the gems. They lost all. They had
That's
to like
unfortunate.
reset their accounts. Yeah,
That's unfortunate. That's a
big-
bummer.
that was yeah. I remember that. Because dude, that kid has done so much dumb shit.
All right. Well, we're almost there. I mean, there's one thing we wanted to talk about, even bringing it up last week.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the article right now. It's a little bit of I would say like a little bit of a left turn. I don't know how surprised I am with this. I'm not going to assume he's guilty. I'm not going to assume, he's obviously innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
But Rolling Stone wrote an article about Chris D'Elia saying that 10 women claimed that the comedian preyed on them, with the quote saying, "Do everything I'm saying." Now, this woman, Jasmine Wolfe, actually recently did some interviews. So I'm going to actually probably maybe look through those a little later if I care enough. But
Yeah.
here's how the article starts. Jasmine Wolfe was visibly uncomfortable sitting in the driver's seat of her car in an opening parking lot. The 28-year-old looked around and drew a quick breath, glancing at her phone perched on the dashboard, recording her. Awaiting reply on the other end, on the other device was comedian Chris D'Elia, who Wolfe says has instructed her to send over an explicit video of herself in public view. Wolfe only had seconds to comply. If she didn't send over the footage fast enough, she knew he'd become furious. She had already told Delia that she wasn't comfortable being in plain sight of, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Delia, she says, didn't care. Minutes later, a nervous Wolfe stares into the camera while wringing her hands. It doesn't matter if I'm feeling sad or if I'm feeling pouty. It should have been it should have been about you, and I'm sorry, she says in the November 2021 video reviewed by Rolling Stone. Wolfe claims the apology was scripted by Delia, who is angry that she dared to push back against his request. The two had met in March 2020, with Wolfe responding to one of Delia's Instagram stories during the early days of the pandemic. She was familiar with Delia through the sitcom Whitney had recently finished about the second season. All right, let's skip about Whitney Cummings.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't care. Delia responded. Wolfe said the conversation moved to Snapchat, and by the end of at the end of the day, Delia had requested nude photographs, and Wolfe obliged. It almost felt like kismet. Wolfe says their budding relationship, particularly Delia, had allegedly explained he was in a similarly constrained situation with his partner. Fuck, this is so fucking long, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah. We
So
don't need to read the whole thing.
yeah, okay. I thought it was good. I was like, damn, like
Yeah. This is like
it.
a detailed.
Yeah,
This
damn. There's
sounds
no,
honestly. So obviously we're not going to finish it, but it sounds like, and I could be missing a lot of this, but this just sounds like someone who she slid into his DMs, wanted some of that money, and he like said, "Hey,
ah,
send me new." Like, what has he done wrong? At least to what we've read, like she's a
dude.
consenting adult. Like she could just say no.
It.
Like on the phone, she doesn't have to be messaging him.
I.
She's 28.
Yeah. Do you have the article open right now, dude? There's a lot of detail in here.
I know. I'm sure it gets worse, but to what we've read right now,
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. Chris also mentioned in his YouTube apology video from a while ago, uh, that he understood like the power balance with him when it came to things like sex, um,
yeah,
right? And like he obviously abused that.
I'm sure.
Now,
Yeah, yeah,
so I think this is more so. Okay, here we go. So Wolfe says her first attempt to detach herself came in 2021. I was becoming more and more aware of the gaslighting, she explains. I was incredibly
Okay.
fed up. I snapped and I said, I can't do this. I value my morals much more than what I'm getting out of this. I'm getting nothing out of it, but stress, panic, and pain. And by 2022 of April, Wolfe says she was gone. In August 2022, Wolfe wanted closure and confronted Delia in a video call about how the way he had treated her made her feel dehumanized, especially his encouragement of her eating disorder. Okay. All right. In a recorded conversation reviewed by the Rolling Stones, Delia claims he had no idea how he was affecting her. Yeah, okay. So it seems like Delia tried to make her delete the conversations. Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of like. Now, I'm not
I mean,
assuming.
was he being a dick for sure? But is he doing anything illegal? At least in this case, I don't see anything. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, for sure. But so what was the title of the article? Was it
Do everything I say.
oh, they preyed on them? Yeah. So
That's. I don't know.
the
This sounds.
FBI is
This is
looking
like.
into it. The FBI is looking
What's
into this.
the? So this says, but this is like shit that fucking. Wolf describes controlling dynamic as cult-like.
So are they kind of saying it was like
what Delia would be requiring of them?
with R. Kelly's
Yeah, I
case? Hold on, sorry, what's one question? So with R. Kelly's
ahead.
case, was he indicted strictly on the fact that they were just minors? Because obviously there was like a cultish thing there. Was there any like charges in that sense, or was it just he was only charged on them being minors?
I think it was just them being minors.
Okay.
I don't know though. This is it's what I'm getting from this is that he's probably a weird guy and probably has a lot of like shit that makes him, act like this. I'm sure he's just got a lot of like weird shit going on. You know what I mean? Did you know
No, he's
the son
a
of
weird
producer?
character.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
he's a
saying.
weird
He's
character.
probably a weird guy. He's probably a bit of a dick. But I don't. At least I think when he was like Snapchatting minors, that's obviously illegal. But none of this looks like illegal to me.
Yeah, I mean it's just bad
his
behavior.
dad is like a Hollywood producer. Is that how he got famous?
I mean, he used to do like tours like worldwide. It was maybe that helped him get his start, but he was also like 42. He was huge.
He was
yeah,
super popular. He started doing. It says he started doing comedy at the age of 25. Son of Hollywood producer Bill Delia. Yeah, this is it is a long article. Holy shit. This is I bet you this would take an hour to read.
Okay, here we go. Simon Rosie says she was 16 when she began messaging Delia, who stalked when she disclosed that she didn't live in L.A. but was from Arizona. And then Delia says, "How are we supposed to make out then?" Okay, so yeah, this is illegal. This is
You can't do that.
yeah. Delia's a weirdo. And he's still podcasting right now. Like him and Brendan Schaub are still making their fucking little podcast.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
What stinks is I think he's a funny guy. It's kind of a bummer.
Delia is a very talented comedian. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
no
he's
one's
a funny
denying that.
guy.
He's a very talented comedian, but he's a weirdo. And I think like
100%. Yeah.
this to me this is like career suicide. Like this is the second time this is happening, right? Where there's smoke. I think you even said this. Where there's smoke, there's
smoke, there's fire. Yeah.
and the fact that this woman came out, doing interviews, she put a name to herself. She put a face on it, right? And then Rolling Stone, and I think when Rolling Stone is Rolling Stone is doing a lot by putting their reputation on the line, by posting this article, right? Because, like I said, I'm not calling him guilty. I'm calling him a weirdo. You feel me? So it's
I don't know. It's unfortunate. I think I don't know. I mean, if I'm with it, I don't know. It's just a bummer. It's a bummer.
Yeah, a lot of guilt tripping. So I'm just looking through this article. A lot of things like guilt tripping was in there.
Yeah.
Many that are speaking out.
Needs to not do that. I think he's married now.
How do you even?
I think he had a kid with someone, and then
I think for Delia, what it became was just a weird power struggle in his head, where his ego is probably through the. I mean, obviously, like pre-pandemic, dude, he was fucking
Yeah.
huge. He was on the Bieber roast, dude.
He's absolutely massive. Yeah.
He was fucking huge, right? Like
He's no his specials were, I think they did really well as well. But
what a
what's
fall off.
here's my question is, so Louis got Me Too'd, and I don't give a shit. I will like stand in public and say I'm a massive Louis C.K. fan, fucking love him, like I don't care at all. But with this one, I feel like I care. I'm kind of like, ew, this is weird. What's the difference? I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, for one,
It's just like how it, yeah.
for one, let's analyze both of those situations, right? Louis C.K. just jacked off. He jacked off in his own house, right, in front of the girls, and then the girls came out a lot later and said it was creepy. And then Louis C.K. took accountability for it, right? Like he just said, "Yeah, I straight up did it."
I think, you know what? That might be it.
Like he took accountability. He's like, "I did it," and he even said, "Listen, it was a power struggle thing." They like obviously they could have left, but he said, "Listen, when you're in a room with a guy like me, who at the time." Like Louis C.K. in my opinion has the greatest joke ever told in a stand-up special, right? But if with a guy like that at a time after like a bunch of aspiring comedians or whoever, like people looked up to him, right? So there is that power struggle there, and you know it's a problem with men who try to use that against a woman. But the thing is, Chris D'Elia never really took responsibility, and then also there was minors involved. There was like multiple, like it's like it seems like this seems like a repetitive thing. He kind of comes across as a weird guy, right? After hearing some of these stories, it's like, like, you know, and he's like 40 and he's like 45 doing this shit. It's like, bro, like you're married, like grow up, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Nice.
I think that's the big one. Anyway, I think we're at an hour. Is there anything else you want to add?
Nah, man. I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I really got nothing. I think I'm gonna go to Costco, get me some food, get a slice of pizza from there, or get a hot dog.
I need to eat. We're probably gonna go stuff our face real quick. I haven't eaten yet. Got to do that. All right, man. I will. We'll talk to you later. To the loyal listeners out there, we appreciate you. Go like, comment, subscribe, do the whole thing. Follow us on all the shit. Don't be like these assholes who haven't subscribed yet. Go do that. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Anything else, Rohan, from you?
Nope. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your Memorial weekend. Do not text minors. Don't do a Delia. I don't know what else we talked about. And then also don't get hot candle wax poured on you. Don't pull a Delia. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.